feeding your sourdough starter is very important to keep a healthy starter to create great bread. So here I have 11 grams of sourdough starter. I took it off the jar just to see how much there was because I didn't want to use a clean jar. But just to show you guys, I zeroed out the scale and then I took out the starter that was inside. It read negative 11 grams. And then when I put the starter back in the jar, it said 0. So we have 11 grams in my jar. So I want to at least feed my starter 11 grams of flour, 11 grams of water. If you are eyeballing this and you do not feed at least 11 grams, your starter will become acidic and it will not rise properly, and essentially you can kill your starter. So make sure you feed at least the amount that you have in your jar. So I wanted to feed a 1:5 ratio. Since I had 11 grams of starter, that means I will feed 55 grams of flour and 55 grams of water. You can see here I put the water first because I like to dissolve my starter into the water very well until I see no clumps of my starter, or at least for the most part dissolved. I go ahead and feed 55 grams of flour, and I went ahead and measured it on a scale to make sure I show you guys exactly how much I fed my starter. And then I go ahead and mix it very well until there are no more pockets of flour left over. Since I did have 11 grams of starter to begin with, and I added the 55 grams of water and the 55 grams of flour, that will leave me with 121 grams total of my starter in this jar once it has risen. So this is perfect for when I want to use on a recipe that needs 100 grams of starter, because then I will have the 21 grams left over, and that's enough for me to keep feeding it and keep making more starter for more baking. So even if you have 1 gram of starter left over or just the scraps around your jar, you can just put some water, mix it around the jar, and then once it has like this milky color to it, you can add flour and it'll grow right back up. So never be afraid to use most of your starter. You'll know when your starter is ready when it has doubled in size at least, if not more. When it's not domed at the top, when it looks flat when you look at it sideways, when it has a lot of bubbles everywhere, and when you tap it on your table or your desk, it falls down, but it's still holding on to the sides as you can see here. So I hope you guys found this video helpful, and I'll see you guys in my next one.